With 5G getting launched in few cities around the world, it's time for us to debunk some of the most popular myths about 5G. 5G is all about high-speed internet. That's correct, but more importantly, 5G will provide low latency, allowing responses that are fast as human reflexes. That means doctors could perform operation remotely from thousands of kilometers away. Recently, using a surgical robo, a Chinese doctor performed a brain operation to a patient who is 3000 kilometers away. 5G is only for short-range line-of-sight communication. Due to millimeter waves' inability to travel through buildings and even trees, it is difficult to transmit data beyond line of sight. However, in recent trials conducted by an university in UK, millimeter waves sent from miles away were received without any data loss. This proves that with further research, millimeter waves would eventually send data to long distances without localized base stations. 4G LTE will be dead. While theoretically this is correct, 4G will remain for few more years since it can still reliably provide voice and data communication. Today, even though it's been years since 4G launched, 4G coexists along with 3G and even 2G in some countries. The same applies to 5G. 5G will revolutionize Internet of Things. Apart from few applications like autonomous cars and robotic solutions, most other solutions like smart cities and connected homes doesn't actually require a very high speed connection like 5G. Actually, in many cases, it is sufficient to have just 2G speeds and latency. For these IoT applications, networks like long-range wide area network and narrowband Internet of Things network is already being used and will continue to be used into the foreseeable future. 5G will change everything. We often mention with 5G there will be autonomous cars, smart robots, flying cars, etc. 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 But all this is just hope. Just like how 4G did not bring an overnight change, 5G introduction will also not bring any overnight changes. However, with time, new revenue models and new products might begin to emerge. 5G is a telecom revolution. 5G will impact every industry that we know. For reference, 4G made cab services like Uber more reliable and streaming services like Netflix more usable anywhere. 5G will have a similar effect on every industry. You will get 5G by 2020. While 5G is already here in many cities around the world, it will take multiple years for 5G to be available everywhere. Telecom companies will start providing 5G services from high population density areas like megacities, followed by rural areas. So it's going to be many years before this happens. Subscribe to Reimagine that and press the bell icon so you get notified.